cheers to 218.
Oh.
Lighthearted IPA. I don't want it to sweat too much, so I'm going to pour it in this glass that has a tiny bit of ice in it. I know that's what people are going to get mad at.
I was expecting something a lot worse.
By tiny bit of ice, I mean there's a couple cubes. So yeah, it does. I understand that it gets watered down.
But
I think there was a phase though, didn't we?
Anyways.
Didn't we do like, maybe you didn't, Evan, maybe it was just me being an idiot, but I feel like there was a stretch of partying where we drank beer on ice quite a bit. I could be way off on that.
I feel like I did that for a little bit.
For like a phase, just to keep it nice and cold.
I know I did a couple tailgates back in the day when Michigan State was hot. And, we're 19, 20 years old. We haven't acquired the perfect taste of beer yet, so you just put it on ice to water it down a little bit to drink it faster.
And if the beer's not like piping cold coming out of the cooler, it's nice just to be able to do that. I spilled a tiny bit pouring that, so I need to clean that up. I'm looking at the pot. I'm like, is it small enough to deal with the entire time? It's not. One sec. Okay. Lighthearted IPA.
Water and a good old-fashioned Arnold Palmer.
Nice. Always some sort of tea.
Yep.
Oh, those, I think I would put the spiked Arnold Palmers above the Good Boys. I didn't love the Good Boys.
I don't think I've had a Good Boy yet.
There was something too artificial lemony going on in that drink that wasn't right for me.
No, is Good Boy John Daly's drink or no? Am I thinking of something else? Good Boy is John Daly's drink.
No, it is. Yeah.
Right. On that note, I saw a guy aggressively try to order a Good Boy at the golf course yesterday. Just aggressively, like, say, give me a Good Boy, basically. And then the bartender was like, sorry, we're out. Like, the shipment's coming in later this week. And he just aggressively turned around and walked away without saying a single word after that. I was like, holy bro. It's not the end of the world.
Someone you knew kind of well, or like a random person?
Random guy that I don't know. He was on, like, he calls on, like, the other side of the... Yeah, it was weird.
It's kind of a funny sentence, too, like the name. Give me a Good Boy.
Yes. And low-key, the guy looks like Sketch, like the world famous, like, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That guy looked like Sketch.
Well, it's just Evan and I for now. We're waiting for Alex. I think he's still at the office the last time I looked.
Better half of the podcast is here.
Yeah, we do give Alex a lot of shit about, not pulling his weight for American economy, but I guess he's putting in extra hours tonight, so. But to make up for him being off the rest of the week. So, right. But he's burning the evening oil at work, keeping the lights on. So he will join us at some point. I don't exactly know when. We'll see how far we get. What we have weekly check-ins, British Open talk, a little college football, which...
College football actually officially started today.
Media days?
Big Ten media days were today.
Okay. All right. Nice. Yeah, the SEC gave me a little taste last week. I was like, when's Big Ten? I was like, okay, they're a week apart. That makes sense. So we got a little bit of that. We also have full football Alliance training camp has begun. Don't we play next week?
A week
next
Thursday.
Yeah. So we got to talk about some storylines from that, some good and some bad already. Some freakouts because of what happened last year with our injury situation. But we'll get to it. Speaking of freakouts, Tigers' recent play since the All-Star game. We talked a little bit about it last week with you and Connor, so we don't have to go too in the weeds, but kind of got worse before it might start to get better. Trade deadline's 10 days away. Very important time in the season right now. Kind of sets you up for the back half of the year. And then the much anticipated, Alex better be here for this, the ice cream snake draft. So that's going to be 5 picks each. I don't really think any categories.
We can so much left off the table.
Yeah, honorable mentions could be long.
I'm going to say damn.
Yeah, like, oh, that's so good. So look forward to that. We haven't done a ton of snake drafts this summer. 1, because I feel like there's been enough sports to talk about. And 2, we've taken a decent amount of weeks off. So this is a nice no sports ice cream snake draft. But before all that, Evan, you're going to play the role of Alex tonight.
Yes.
Any big updates in your life the last week?
This past week, last baseball tournament of the year, over on the west side of the state, over in Muskegon.
I saw that. Kind of by Grand Haven, right?
Yeah, just north of Grand Haven. 10-minute drive from Grand Haven.
Nice area.
On Saturday, before we were supposed to play, I went and baseball family. We walked Grand Haven downtown. Beautiful Beautiful city. Friday left. I went to a Michigan Adventure. The dual theme park. Amusement park, water park, all in one.
Where's that at? What town? It's not in Muskegon, is it?
It's just north of Muskegon.
I've never been there.
Like you're
Have you ever been there before?
On, I went there when I was super young. I mean,
Muskegon County. Okay.
Yeah. I just realized I'm too old for that amusement park, like Cedar Point. Like if you're anything over the age of 12, you're too old for that.
Okay, wait. Are you saying for a Michigan Adventure or for Cedar Point as well?
For Michigan Adventure only.
It's more kiddie than Cedar Point.
It is. The rides aren't that big, and probably like the newest ride that they have, like roller coaster ride, was down the entire day. Didn't even get to ride it.
I don't know how accurate this map is, but do any of these ring a bell? Shivering Timbers?
Yep, went on that a couple times. Thunderhawk was down the entire day.
Oh no. Ripcord looks okay.
Timbers and the Wildcat are basically like the same ride, just wooden. And
yeah.
They just beat your body around. They throw it around. Like I got off, like we rode it first, and then came back and read it like right before we left. And I felt like I was just like in a football game for the Lions after I rode the Shivering Timbers the second time. Like my neck hurt so bad, I had a headache, just whiplash everywhere.
Did you sit towards the back?
No,
I think that's when it
we were
whips
kind
you.
of like in the front. Like we were the second car. I was to the second cart, so like damn near the front.
That's how the wooden ones at Cedar Point are, though. Like the Gemini.
It whips you around.
Is it the Gemini?
It was just a very rough ride. Like after you go up and down the hills, as soon as you start doing all the turns on the Shivering Timbers, dude, that puts you in a pretzel. So then we did the water side of it. Said F it.
Is that the snake pit over here?
Yeah.
Is that water?
It's just like 3 big
personal
water slides. Yeah. So tested all those out. Not bad. I mean, I enjoyed my time there.
Water side better than dry side?
Probably. The park's not that big. I mean, it's in Muskegon, Michigan. It's not going to be expecting much.
Lines probably weren't too long, I'm guessing.
No, and I also got a fast pass, so there was multiple times where like I see like little 8-year-old boys just waiting in line, like sitting there for probably a half an hour, and then you have me, grown ass man, and 2 of my players that are 16 years old, just cut in front of everybody. Be like, all right, where do you want to sit?
Hell yeah.
So Saturday, our games got rained out, so I only played 1 game this past weekend.
No way. Of the whole trip?
Yeah, we were supposed to play 2 games on Saturday, got rained out. They said, oh, we're going to guarantee your 3-game guarantee as the tournament was supposed to be. But nope, they just put everybody in bracket play, and we lost to the team that was already 2-0 that already got their games in Saturday morning. Lost to 5-2. Pretty decent game.
Oh, that is a good game then.
Yeah. That was Sunday. League, it was all right. Drew and I got absolutely destroyed yesterday. Just handicapped.
I feel like this happens every time.
It does. We got handicapped to death. Drew didn't play well. I shot above my handicap. And then the 2 people that we played against, they shot well below their handicap.
What were their handicaps?
They
decently
were.
High?
I had to give 3 strokes, so I was playing somebody that was a 7. Drew had to give 3 strokes, so he was playing somebody that was a 10.
And they just played better.
And the holes that, like, we tied on the holes that we had to give strokes on, but since they got a stroke on the hole, they beat us 3-0.
Yeah.
Like, I parred, they parred, but I technically lost because they got a net birdie. And then the scores match up, and then totals and net totals. I mean, we just got destroyed.
The season feels cooked. Are we just anticipating a fun night? Get the fun night.
Drew and I are in, I think last time I checked, we were 10th or 11th out of 14 teams.
Okay. It sounds better if you don't say out of 14. If
True.
you just say like I'm top 10.
We're top 10
golf league team.
We're just trying to avoid one matchup that we have coming up. And hopefully we don't get it twice in position night, because this guy is I already expressed my opinions about him earlier in the year.
Was he one? Okay, yeah.
And so it's the same dude. We have to play him again in 3 weeks. We have to play him again, and then position night, if we're 13th and they're 14th, we have to play him the back-to-back weeks.
So they're towards so you need to do better. I was gonna say you could throw some matches to avoid them, but it sounds like you don't want to be worse.
To
you
win
need
a
to
couple
stay.
matches to get our distance away from them.
Okay, well, fingers crossed that happens.
Yeah.
You're done with baseball for the rest of the summer?
Tryouts are coming up. It's that time of the year. We have to do tryouts before the season even starts.
For
next
baseball?
year. Yeah, tryouts for
baseball.
Next year. Umping a lot still. States are next week, so you'll see me behind the plate. Championship game next Thursday.
Not a big deal. Wait, of states?
Yeah.
At Mitchell Park?
Yep.
Wow. What age group?
10U. So not too serious, but
you're not sending people to Williamsport just yet.
Not too serious, but enough serious that the coach's life or death situation would probably be on the line.
Who's in that game?
I don't know. District seems
it's not there yet. Okay.
No, not there yet. Not this week. Not this Thursday. Next Thursday.
Do they ever pull you off if it's a Tecumseh team playing? Is that a conflict of interest? They don't know.
No, they don't care.
You're like the ref when they look up the Chiefs, like he's from Kansas City, and they're like, Or like if he's from Ohio. I know that happened once in the Ohio State-Michigan game. People were finding where he was born. Like he was born in Ohio.
They're going to look me up.
He clearly has some bias.
Tall sportsmanship award winner and alumni of Tall.
Yeah, not hard to find. There's plenty of photos of you with a T on your hat floating around the internet. Like they're like, yeah, I think this guy coaches them.
What, minors league champion with Grant?
Yes. Timber Rattlers.
I don't think I ever won the majors championship.
Oh my God, we were just getting shelled. I'm sorry. I don't know. You just gave a great weekly check-in, but it's 6-0 now.
Yeah, we got a call reverse. We hit a sack fly, but then the Pirates challenged it.
We just threw a guy out at the plate.
Pirates challenged it, and McKinstry got thrown out.
We just gave it back to him. Tommy Pham thrown out at the plate off of an O'Neal Cruz double. Maybe that's the spark we needed down 5-0.
Don Kelly just knows us.
10 hits through 4 innings.
Oh my God.
Oh. What?
Oh, it's not McKinstry. It's Wenzel Perez got thrown out.
Yeah, I was going to say I was glancing at it, but I didn't.
The
didn't
ESPN
look like
said
McKinstry.
it was McKinstry, but Wenzel Perez slid in and just never touched home plate.
No, you say that. When I was watching the slow-mo replay, I think like he was sliding to the right of it based on the camera angle.
That's something that
like
this
his hand just missed it
like 2 or 3 years ago. That's disgusting.
We need a spark. We need some Jesus in our life. We need Carey back.
Other than that, I guess Saturday. I'll see you on the links.
Yeah, Wolf Creek. Hopefully the storms hold off. I looked today. It's too far ahead. There's supposed to be some thunderstorms.
When Wilkins said it and looked like it was going to thunderstorm Saturday, like in the evening. Sounds like it's all going to come like Friday, and so Saturday might be
invite might kind of get a little messed up. I was looking.
Saturday might get a little sloppy on the course when we're hitting some golf balls. Cart path only might be a bad day.
Oh no, wet greens in the morning.
Yeah.
Very nice. For me, I went to my cousin Nolan's wedding, Memphis, Tennessee.
Some funny text messages I was reading.
Yeah, I got a little drunk that night, no doubt. So I was just letting them rip. I was like, someone else is going to find this funny besides me. But it was good. It was a good wedding. Dance floor was solid. It was hot. It was definitely hot. I don't know if how many weddings you've been to, Evan, or people remember when you're just really sweating bad. Like it happens a lot when you're at weddings because you're in dress clothes, but the dance floor was like outside. Oh. There was a tent over it, but it's like,
what day was this?
Memphis is. It would have been last Friday. It was just
it was in Memphis?
Yeah, it was very humid in Memphis. It's a very humid place.
Never mind. I was going to say, it wasn't too bad in Michigan, but if you're down in Memphis, yeah.
It's not like, it felt similar to like Miami, Florida when we were down there. It's one of those, there was a rainstorm before, and then so it's still just so muggy in the air. But besides that, it was good. Now the next day was not good. I don't think I told you this. This was bananas travel day. So it was a Friday wedding. We flew in Thursday night. We had a flight scheduled for 5 p.m. on Saturday. There was a 10:30 a.m. and a noon flight, which looking back would have been better. We just didn't really want to have to deal with getting up that early, probably hungover. So we just did 5 p.m. We'll just get lunch in Memphis and go to the airport. So hotel checkout was 11 a.m. We had them hold our bags at the front desk so we could go get some lunch. Came back, called the Uber. No point in waiting around. We knew we were going to get to the airport early. We got to the airport at 12:30 p.m. for a 5:30 flight. So really early, right? So you're putting in a shift. You're sitting there. We had like wedding planning stuff we could do or just other stuff to catch up on, watch a show, whatever. we're probably in, and they had nice chairs, thankfully, in the Memphis airport, like full body chairs, like tall ones. Because if this was at DTW, looking back, I would have been miserable because of how bad DTW's chairs are. But Memphis, thankfully, was a clean airport. I'm beating around the bush. 30 minutes in, we're sitting there. It's delayed. Flight's already delayed 5 hours ahead of time until like 6:30. We're like, okay, whatever. It gets delayed again 20 minutes later to like 8:30. We're like, oh my God. We did not take off out of there until 9:30 p.m. at night. So a 9-hour shift in the Memphis airport made us feel pretty delirious, I would say. Got Chili's in the airport for dinner.
Regret your decision because you're just thinking about, like, we sat in the Memphis airport for 9 hours, but we could have just drove home and we'd have been back in time before we even boarded.
That was tough too because my parents drove down.
They got back home.
And they left at like 7 or 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, and then we got the text that they made it home before we even left the airport. And I was like, oh my God, it's tough. 10-hour drive beat us. So that was brutal. I don't mind killing time in an airport, but that was a little too much. Like I could kill 4 hours pretty easily.
Yeah.
I don't know, just like watching a Netflix show or zoning out. That was tough. When you eat like lunch there or dinner there, you're just like, oh my God. But thankfully, I don't know why. There was no storms. The plane must have got delayed earlier in the day or something happened to it that it got pushed back. It was crazy though. I forgot this part. It got delayed so much that I think a lot of people canceled. We were looking at other flights, but it was like there was a flight leaving at like 3:00, but it had to go to Atlanta. You just spend 4 hours in Atlanta, and then you'd get back to Michigan at like 10 p.m. But looking back, that would have been faster.
I was like,
Marissa, we could have just sat in Atlanta for 4 hours and still gotten to Michigan faster. But there was only like 10 people that boarded our plane. And it was a small plane. It was only a two-seater on each side, so already smaller than like the big 3-seater ones. So we have our assigned seat of row 14, and they just go, you guys can sit wherever. There's like no one on this flight.
Did they force you still to sit in your assigned seats?
No, they let everyone move up. So we sat in like the Comfort Plus row, which was fine. It was just very eerie. Like there was no one behind us. We were like the last row, and there was just like 15 empty rows behind us.
Just turn around and look,
it was like kind of scary. It was like a haunted flight.
Lights go out.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, lights went off at night. Fell asleep. Got back in bed probably by like 1:30 a.m. local time, but whatever. It was fine. Jake Rogers just hit a 3-run bomb.
Jake Rogers is back.
Yeah, 5-3. That's the spark that we needed for the second half of the year.
The mustache is back.
Dude, that was the longest, like, whippiest swing of all time. If that pitch was remotely fast. And then what did Cole Keith? Oh, he hit it right at. Never mind. I thought we were about to go back to back. All right, that's good for the Tigers. And then Sunday had some Marissa's cousins came over. We played some sand volleyball. I haven't played that in a long time.
Are your legs sore?
Yeah, I was very sore.
How out of shape were you when you're doing it?
Pretty gassed. I would kind of do like some gamesmanship. It always gets too competitive because everyone there gets pretty competitive. But Marissa talked smack early on. It was guys versus girls, classic. Like, oh, we could beat you, blah blah blah. Like, two things. One, like if it was their point, I was trying to roll the ball back to them pretty like accurately, but I would just roll it fast. And if they missed it and went past them, I'd be like, all right, fine, you can go walk and get it because then it gives us time to breathe. And then when it was my turn to serve, I kind of stall a little bit and like make sure I could catch my breath. Or if it was out of bounds and I had to go get it, I would like make sure I take my time just to, make sure I had enough breath. And then kind of scummy, kind of felt like Chelsea baseball when I would serve it and it would get hit over to their side and they're like calling for it. I would be like, mine, I got it. Like just to mess with them across the net. It never worked. They never got rattled. Or like if I hit a serve or someone hit a ball that might go out of bounds, I'd be like, that's in.
You always yell in. Oh gosh.
I was yelling in to let them know like, hey, you should probably hit it. That might have worked once or twice because I think like they just panicked. I did have a face full of sand though. I laid out for one that was by the net. And I probably lifted it, but we were kind of being lenient on lifts, so we did get the point. But like, I hit both hands up on the ball, and then I was already going down, just face full of sand, and I was soaked from sweat, so there was just sand stuck on my face. The rest, yeah. Newfound respect for sand volleyball players because that was intense. That's it. And like you said, Wolf Creek this Saturday, which would be good.
Follow along on the what is it called? What's the app called? I want to say Glint.
The Grint. Or 18 birdies, depending on which one. All right, speaking of golf, let's do a little British Open. Alex is still at work. The kid, unbelievable. Nobody works harder. British Open. Connor did good.
I did terrible.
You did. I'm glad you know, because I looked it up.
Well, I picked Ricky.
Probably
did I pick
half
Ricky?
hour ago. No.
Oh.
You wish you did.
I wish I did.
Okay, so you don't know. You're even worse.
I know Jason Day missed the cut, and then I don't know who else I picked after that. I picked
Brooks Koepka.
He
got cut.
He also got cut. 2 missed cuts. Koepka was 3 under to start like the first round.
He was hot, and then he just fell off a cliff. We'll start from the worst end, double cuts, and then I wasn't much better. My favorite was Rahm. He was T34, 3 under. He was fine the first day and just didn't do anything good, which was kind of surprising because a lot of guys kept going low the rest of the weekend. He just never found it. And then Adam Scott was my long shot, and he got cut. So between Evan and I, 3 out of 4 cuts.
We know dimples.
That's why Connor was here. Connor went Hovland for his favorite, who finished T63, 4 over, not great. But one of the best picks of us ever doing this, Harris English, his long shot finished second, solo second, 13 under. Behind Sky Scheffler did not exist. Connor's long shot pick would have won the British Open.
See.
It really was. And Harris English was kind of around the entire weekend. He started hot. He kind of faded in the middle of the pack. And then he had a nice push on Sunday to finish. So I watched, I don't know, you had golf, so you probably didn't see a ton of it. Or no, you had baseball.
I watched a decent amount, I would say. Thursday I watched it like religiously, like I didn't leave my TV.
Long rounds. That was a hot
also
topic.
Like I was getting ready for work and then I forgot it was on. Like I woke up and just getting morning routine down and like half an hour hit me like, oh shit, dude, the Open's on. So I had a chance to watch more of it. Friday watched a little bit. Was traveling, but then like Saturday, I got a chance to watch it in the morning, and then kind of like that early afternoonish where it's like the leaders are about to finish, but it's only like noon here. So like that weird timing, just because they're over in Europe. Course
looked about as beautiful, or like weather-wise, looked awesome.
Yeah, it was
compared to previous ones.
Yeah, it was just one morning. I think Thursday morning where it rained. Thursday or Friday
was a little gross.
Yeah,
it felt Saturday and Sunday was pretty good easy. And looked awesome.
Yeah, because there was a lot of golfers.
I was in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, a lot of golfers were just straight up wearing polos, like not much to it. So the weather had to be good. Course didn't look, obviously from the scores, wasn't too difficult. Obviously driving accuracy affects it a lot. But you didn't really see too many like lost balls or the high fescue like grass wrapped around the clubs after a swing.
The only guy I think I rattled was Justin Rose had like 2 dead shanks that I saw in highlights. It was insane. Like looked like amateur level shanks. I couldn't believe it.
DeChambeau should have won that tournament. Now, knock on wood. I mean, but he was like
just ran out of time.
Yes, he was +6 at one point in the first round. +6. I mean, he whiffed on a ball in the rough and then duffed it like 5 feet. And they were just making fun of him.
And then he lit it up. When did he finish? He finished, he backdoored
I don't know
pretty
if this
high.
stat is real, but I was following some stuff, reading some stuff today. But it said Ricky led the field in birdies this past weekend with 21.
Yeah, good for you to shout out him. He finished T14.
I had him
8 under.
I had him as a winner, and then after the first round, I had him to finish in the top 10. And when I finally got the chance to look at my phone on Sunday after my game, he was 8th, standalone 8th, because he had a finish. He finished his round way before, so I was like, "There's a small chance."
Yeah,
but he finished tied for 13th, but he was 1 shot off of being tied for 9th because Harman finished at 9. He finished at 8 under. 1 point, one shot away from making money.
Second best Sunday round of anybody, tied with Wyndham Clark. So he's playing high golf.
Wyndham Clark.
If you're looking for the future. Yeah, Wyndham Clark top. Also, Corey Connors with a sneaky backdoor top 10. I didn't see his name at all in the leaderboard. He finished 9 under top 10. That's good. That's insane.
Yeah. That's good money.
I don't know if I saw a shot of Corey Connors this whole weekend. But yeah, obviously, the story, I don't know if it's boring. People debating. Connor said it's the worst thing that's ever happened to golf. Scotty Scheffler.
The worst take of all time. How can you fault somebody for being really good at their sport?
Yeah, being phenomenal at golf.
That's how people say that they hate dynasties, but it's like they're just the best at their sport. You have to. It's also like a cycle. Like, is it going to come around and go around? Tiger didn't win every single major. Scotty's not going to win every single major. I know he won 2 of 4, but Ryder Cup's I think bigger of a deal than some of these majors.
PGA Championship for sure.
It's got to be.
Well, this coming Ryder Cup, with it being in New York, it probably is going to be the biggest Ryder Cup of all time. Just how it feels like everything gets bigger and bigger. And there was a little bit of bad blood last year with Joe LaCava, Cantley's caddy, and Rory McIlroy getting into a dust up in the parking lot as they left. Like, there's a little bit of just juice there.
Well, I saw Keegan Bradley already picked Bryson DeChambeau on his team.
So that's interesting. I'm fascinated about what happened. So what Bryson said, which I don't know if Keegan wanted him to, he said they asked him about the Ryder Cup. And Bryson said, like, Keegan left messages in our locker. But he said, like, a couple of guys. He didn't say who. Like, about the Ryder Cup. Not, like, saying you made it, but, like, almost, like, motivational things, like, leading up to it. So it made me think that
I think that's
Keegan's
why Ricky played so well this weekend, because he got a motivational...
Do you think that... I'm wondering where the cutoff is.
In my head, a motivational letter from Keegan, and Ricky's making the Ryder Cup team.
I'm thinking like schoolboys in there, and they're like, if you made the team or not, and they're like, hey, did you get a motivational quote from Keegan or not? Because that like kind of tells you if you're trending in the right direction. I was very interested about that, but Bryson's a for sure lock. He doesn't have to do anything else.
No, and you want somebody that polarizing nowadays. I mean, he's almost bigger than some of the other guys that are just on the PGA Tour just because of his social media presence and his YouTube channel, I would say, with the younger crowd and our age crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, I was tuned into Bryson DeChambeau's hitting golf balls over his house every single day. Day 16.
I missed that wave, but it was for a hole-in-one or something over the house.
Yeah, he tried to hit a hole-in-one over his house. I mean, the front of his house was just straight glass. So, like, obviously, like a amateur golfer I am, I just want him to see him skull one or shank one and shatter a window in his house.
Yeah, break a window.
Of course, he doesn't do that. No, but day 1, he would only hit 1 golf ball, and day 25, he would hit 20 golf balls. And I don't remember how many days it took him.
Oh, I see.
But then he brought like a amateur on to try it, and that guy took like 3 shots to do it.
And made it?
Yeah.
That's wild.
But just stuff like that. He does like the break 50 with celebrities or whatnot, tries to break 50 on a course. His YouTube channel is actually very good to watch. He's an actually interesting, kind of weird guy, but pretty funny.
Yeah, that was like the right lane for him.
Absolutely.
He was like hated pretty bad not that long ago, and I think he just kind of found his right audience.
Fat Bryson, nobody liked. Skinny Bryson, second skinny Bryson is back.
I remember his early YouTube videos were really weird. He was doing like day in the life vlogs of him just pounding protein shakes. I was like, this guy's a freaking weirdo. Like, what is he? He's still weird. It just comes off a lot better now.
Yeah.
Speaking of Scotty, over under attempts till he wins the US Open. What do you think? I was thinking about this because remember, I mean, we just got done with Rory. It took him a decade to win the Masters as like the last leg he needed of the Grand Slam. So
Phil
like
never won the US Open, something that he'll never
Phil
get a Grand
still
Slam.
hasn't. Like what? It's hard because it feels like he's just gonna win every tournament he plays right now. But like
right now, his mental approach is like, I don't really care if I win or not because that satisfaction doesn't really mean much to him.
Yeah, that was an interesting press conference too.
If he played like he did this week, like he did on Thursday, where he only made 3 of the 12 fairways, 3 of the 13 fairways, something like ridiculously like that in a U.S. Open, he's not winning.
Yeah,
and he's not even come close to under par in the U.S. Open.
It's 3.5 attempts at the U.S. Open,
so
he gets the Grand Slam under or over. I think that's a pretty competitive line. That can make you think. I think most people recency bias would take the under, but it's so hard.
I think that I think it's an LA Country Club coming up.
Let's see.
I think I have him. I see him winning that one.
So next year it's in Shinnecock in New York. Then it's in Pebble Beach in 2027.
Pebble Beach would be the course for him because people always shoot low there.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the like U.S. Open courses that like it holds on because of the name and the iconic holes, but you can like kind of light it up.
Yeah, as long as it's not windy and raining off the coast, like the wind doesn't really the game up. I feel like that's a course you can light up. You don't get your typical +4, +/-1 scores.
Winged Foot back in New York in 28, and then back to Pinehurst where Bryson won in 2029.
So it's not getting one recently.
So those are the 4. I feel like he gets it done at Pebble, so I guess I'd be under.
I guess I would have to say under.
Also, for some reason, I thought he like struggled in U.S. Opens, which is completely wrong. He's been T7, T41, third, T2, T7. So he's finished 4 top 10s in the last 5 years. So he probably will. It's just crazy too. I saw a highlight video today, and I think this is why like I get he's kind of like a more boring reserve guy, but his press conferences are interesting, like the quote you talked about. And then I think we just have become numb to his swing. Like the fact that the best golfer in the world, there was like a 3-minute highlight clip of his footwork and his feet just going insane. And like, yeah, people forget this is the best golfer in the world by like a mile. And it's like nothing you would ever teach a kid how to hit a golf ball. Like some of the positions he ended up in. And I was like, I think we need to appreciate that more, that guy is just not just the best golfer, but like by far, like dominating the sport. And that's how he hits a golf ball.
I mean, it's just, I guess back, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years ago, everybody like makes fun of everybody's like golf swing from like upper half and on. But now you can really say the same thing about your lower half too. It doesn't matter what your lower half is doing as long as you're square and even through contact. Because his back foot will slip a little bit through contact, but after he finishes, his feet will slice away from him or back up away from him. But I mean, he generates so much power. That's why his back foot is slipping out from behind him. Yeah, like you said, nobody would teach that. I think it's just a force of habit to where he's swinging. I don't know. I'm not saying he's swinging hard, but this is just his normal swing.
Yeah, and it's like, oops, let me share this.
Well, he's done it thousands and millions of times. Where now, like, there's no shot he even feels his legs do that. It's just a natural occurrence.
No, I do wonder about his ankle though. He's never hurt it, but like it does freak me out. I noticed they were zooming in on a couple of his from the British Open about his elbows, like his arm position. Sometimes he like flares it out a lot, but like it's just insane that this dude is just like destroying everybody in the world of golf, and he just flies off the ball, especially on driver, obviously. But it's just nuts.
Okay, that one's a little bit of draw. But you see a lot of these shots too, like where he's getting. That one wasn't so bad with his front foot. Okay, but a lot of them, when he's trying to hit his cut shot or power cut or whatever, so left to right, he gets both feet. He's trying to get his hands all the way through to clear a path, so he's got to get his hips through, which causes him to move his feet a lot. Now, when he's trying to hit like a little draw, you see that his front left foot is staying in there just a little bit longer. So where he's not as bad, that one was a draw, so his left foot was staying down a little bit longer.
It's just nuts. And it's almost like he I don't know, it's like a visual thing where he wants that head back so long that he's like almost hitting like behind the ball. It's just crazy. And like look at, I mean, his elbows just like in weird finishing positions. Like he's just the best. He's the best golfer. So he can be boring, but I think if we just appreciate how absurd this golf swing is and that he's just lighting everybody up, it's kind of nuts.
He's our generation of Tiger. Like just everyone loved Tiger. Why can't we all just love Scotty? He's the best in the world.
And he's still what? I think he's 29 finally.
He's our
29.
age.
Dude's not even 30 yet. Like our buddy that we went to high school with.
What are we doing at 29?
Ryder Cup updates. Since Alex isn't on, this gives us a chance to have an honest conversation about Jordan Spieth without him blinding us.
I don't know some graphic today about like points wise or something like that. I guess this is the points, right?
Yep. So
just I guess the graphic that I saw was not decimal places, so my brain can handle the commas and not the numbers without commas.
We'll be vice captains for this exercise. We'll make the call for Keegan because he asked us to.
Glover agreed upon.
Yeah, classy golf move. Classic golf guys that you can. Yeah, the jargon. It was actually kind of funny because a reporter at the British Open kind of knew those rules that I've never heard of, the captain's agreement, and he got Keegan in a corner and was like, "Have you signed it yet?" And Keegan was like, "Why are you asking about that?" Because he knew like if they had signed it. Keegan probably was not going to play. But if it's still open for negotiation, then he's like really thinking. It's like now he kind of tips his cap. He's probably going to play.
Yeah.
If he's like making a rule that a vice captain can coach people while he plays, then he's probably playing.
You just got to pick a good vice captain.
Shout out to Glover for accepting. So our 6 that we're in no matter what, if we start today, are Scotty, Schauffele, JJ Spawn, still sitting at 3rd off the U.S. Open win. Russell Henley has vaulted to 4th. Bryson DeChambeau and Harris English off of an incredible stretch up to 6. So he's in. You can't take that away from any of these guys. So we would have to fill 6 more spots. Colin Morikawa's been playing bad golf recently, but I still think he's there. I think Justin and Colin are like my locks unless something drastic would happen. I think I'm sending both those guys as the 7th and 8th men. I think Keegan feels like a lock to me. He's played good again at the Open. I know it's going to be weird. We haven't had a playing captain since it was like the 60s with Arnold Palmer. I just think it's cool though, so I would take him as 9. And then that's where it kind of gets interesting. Are there any names of between the Ben Griffin, McNeely, or Harmon that you like, Evan? Or would you not have those other 3 as locks right now?
I would have those 3 as lock. Keegan's put in such a terrible situation to where like it's not, like you said, it hasn't happened since the 60s or whenever. But now, as a captain of the Ryder Cup, there hasn't been so many captains. Like, you taking a spot from somebody else while you're also the captain, so you're kind of double dipping into your toes of the Ryder Cup team. With somebody like Ben Griffin, is he ever going to get back up to this high in his life? Don't know.
Who knows? So in my mind, we have 3 more spots. I still am going to give Cantley the benefit of the doubt because of how sick he played last time, and I like his caddy. So I would put him as 10. So then it becomes tough because we would need 2 more.
Yeah, I like Sam Burns.
I do too. That's a guy I keep going back to. I don't know if I'm just blinded by the U.S. Open, and I think he's good friends with Scotty Scheffler, Alex always says. So I like that. For if whatever makes Scotty happy as well, I'd like to have the best player in the world feeling happy.
With those last spots, I get that you're doing the whole buddy-buddy situation, but you got to also start looking at how am I going to break up this team? Who's playing with who on Friday? And who's going to be the best fit? Not the best players in the world, but who's going to be the best fit for who's going to be partners with JJ Spawn? Who's going to be partners with Harry English and Russell Henley? 3 guys that I don't know if I'm wrong, but have never played in a Ryder Cup before. I know JJ Spawn never has. I don't think Henley or Harris English have either. So, like, who do you pair those guys up with? Because I'm sure Scotty and Xander and Bryson have their choice of like who they want to play with already.
Yeah. I don't know why. Probably not true. I feel like Russell Henley and
I feel like I've seen Harris
Xander would be sick together.
Ryder Cup. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, as a captain, you have to make those choices, but also as a captain, you have to get input from your team that make them play at their best ability. It's a totally different dynamic. I know it's golf and it's not really a team sport, but this is the only team sport event that we have. Team's not good, and you have divide or tension between it. You're not going to beat the Europes.
Hey, he did play, Evan. Good call. Good memory. He's 1-2-0 in the Ryder Cup. He played in 2021 as a rookie when we beat Europe 19-9 at Whistling Straits, where he didn't really have to do anything. He was partnered with Tony Finau, though, and they did defeat Rory and Shane Lowry.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So something like that.
And Tony Finau.
I don't know what Finau's the best at, but so you're gonna have to pair up Harrison English with somebody that compares with Tony Finau. Probably a more calm demeanor. You're not really gonna put probably Harrison English and Justin Thomas together.
Dude, I saw it gets really sweaty. There was a deep dive YouTube video I watched. I'm all in on the Ryder Cup. I don't know when that started, maybe like 4 years ago. I love it because it's the one competitive aspect you get the most in golf. But the Euros, I'm sure we do too. I hope we do. They go down to the extreme of who they pair with on alternate shot, like making sure they know exactly who's going first to start. That way they can put the best like mid-iron or iron player on the par threes. Like they time it up. So like our best iron player of that grouping is going to be teed up for those par threes that we need. I mean, it makes sense.
Their alternate shot, I'm pretty sure, I'm 95% sure that they do it every tee box. So regardless of the outcome on the green, they just do alternate shot every tee box. So you got your odds and evens. So like you said, I'm pretty sure the The iron players would be also off the tee box.
So we kind of buried the lead. We have one spot left. This is where it comes on to me, which is kind of a crazy sentence. I'm kind of between just giving Ben Griffin that 12th spot because I feel like he's earned it thus far if we started like this tournament this weekend versus Old Boys Club of Jordan Spieth and letting them play with Justin Thomas. And Spieth is down 26 right now, which is kind of crazy.
He had to jump up after this good weekend.
He better have.
Up only
up 3 spots.
Oh, shit.
We're climbing, Evan.
3 spots? The weird thing is he gets 2,412, and we look at the points for the Europes, like half their team only is at 1,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Are a lot more of them on Live?
I think they play just in the Euro League. I don't think a lot of them don't have their PGA cards, I would guess. That's would be my guess.
That's the other one, the Data Golf, that does like the course fit. They do their own rankings too, besides the World Golf. So they have Ricky as the 48th golfer in the world, whereas World Golf has him at 101, and they had him jumping 15 spots. So he's a little bit closer to like a Wyndham Clark and Brian Harmon on this ranking, which I like. I think this weighs like Live Golf just better overall, I would say. But they do kind of match a lot. Like if you're looking at the top American golfers, Scheffler, DeChambeau, Henley, Schauffele, Thomas, Keegan, Harris, Ben Griffin still, Cantlay, Burns.
I mean, the guys that we just said probably are going to make it.
Yeah. This does give Spieth a little bit better chance. They have him as the 28th golfer. Still not, they have him like a top maybe 15 American golfer instead of all the way down to 26. So it all depends on what they look at. I do feel like the Old Boys Club. It made me think though, like Spieth's not playing in the tournament this week in the 3M. I feel like the less amount of tournaments he plays, the more he kind of knows he's making it. I feel like you'd be grinding if you thought you were like in jeopardy. But I don't know how it all works. A lot of handshaking in the background. Because I know like last year, like Justin Thomas was playing like every event trying to qualify for like the FedEx Cup playoffs so he could get more points because he wasn't sure if he was going to make it.
This is what, 2 months away?
And I just don't know.
In September?
Yep.
Yes, 2 months away. It's the 22nd.
There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tournaments left on the calendar.
What weekend is the Ryder Cup?
It is September 26th to the 28th. Just smack dab in the middle of college football. There's going to be some conference games going on.
I'm going to look at the that weekend and slate to the 26th through the 28th.
For college football?
Yes, in college football, and just see what we're at.
I think there's some big games.
Week 5.
Yeah, conference play started probably.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. So far...
LSU Ole Miss. Wow, shout out.
So far, nothing too dramatic that I've seen, but
I'm glad we didn't go to A&M that weekend. That would have been chaotic.
Alabama, Georgia's that weekend. So you're going to watch Ryder Cup and then 7:30 ABC Alabama, Georgia.
Oregon, Penn State, yes. The 2 games of the year. That's a lot.
Oh, God, that is a lot.
Cancel all your plans. Keep the 27th of September free.
Yeah. I mean, there's...
No apple picking, no weddings.
Games. I mean, Ohio State has to go on the road. Yeah, Auburn, Texas A&M. LSU Ole Miss. It's just...
So if we were teeing it up next weekend, Evan, are you putting Ben Griffin on or Jordan Spieth? Or anyone besides Jordan Spieth?
I'm putting Ben Griffin.
Putting him with Justin Thomas.
I'm putting him with...
I would put Ben Griffin with Bryson DeChambeau. Like the opposites. Like a little stick figure Ben Griffin versus like just big bad Bryson. See what happens. They seem like they could get along.
Paired with over the last couple of years. What was it?
I'm trying to think of Whistling Straits.
Because I know Bryson would just like drive like every par 4, like hit the green. Like his driver was on. Like,
he hit the green on the first tee box.
Yes.
He didn't play in the last one, which I don't know what happened.
Oh. Probably the whole dive and everything. Everybody's fighting over each other.
He went 2-0-1 in 2021 when everybody was good. He went 0-3 in 2018 in Paris. It is crazy how bad we are in Europe and how good we are in America. It kind of is frustrating.
It's just stupid.
But I'm excited to see him back. I'm sure Connor is too. Speaking of the teeth of college football, let's get into some CFB headlines. We'll start. The first 2 are Michigan. One's kind of Michigan State centered too. First one, Commissioner Tony Petitti, everyone's favorite commissioner. He said in a letter to the NCAA like fractions committee that he sent in that he thinks no more punishment is needed for Michigan from the Stallion scandal. He kind of said, hey, my judgment last year, my punishment was enough for Michigan by suspending Jim the last 3 regular season games. So maybe you should take it easy on them. This is something I did not expect to wake up to on like Monday morning before Big Ten Media Days. I'm very interested for a few reasons, but I guess I'm curious first, Evan, what was your like instant reaction to that headline when you saw it?
Too much thought in, like some Michigan State keyboard warriors did. Because obviously if you suspend big market team, let's call a spade, Michigan draws ratings regardless of their opponent. That if you're suspending them, I think the biggest thing is that they don't want Michigan to get suspended from potential postseason play, because if you eliminate a team from postseason play, then the whole conference loses out on money. And I think it's just a good omen for all conference commissioners to try to help out their teams in a situation like this fight against NCAA. So that way you're not picking favoritism over one over the other. I didn't put any blood to it. I mean, I did a little research, and the previous 2 commissioners from the Big Ten also came out and wrote letters during outer investigations. I know Delaney did it like twice, I think. I think Kevin Warren maybe even did it once. So
it's all one that was for Ohio State back in the day, and then Ohio State ended up getting punished anyways, which made me feel worse.
So I like we've always said, the NCAA goes to tutor their own horn, so it doesn't affect me. At this point, I just want to get it over with, and I'm sure Michigan fans want to just rip the Band-Aid off and just know what the outcome is.
It's been a weird summer in the sense that I kind of forget that it's coming.
Yeah.
So it's like you just go about your life enjoying the summer, not thinking about sports as much. Like, oh, we're fine. And then you realize, oh yeah, they still have to make this decision, and like kickoff is almost here. Like between now and kickoff versus New Mexico in a month. I
think they said 39 days away.
I'm pretty they're going to like say something, and we have no idea if that's going to be the first 2 games for Sharon suspended as well. We have no idea if we're even allowed to make the postseason this year. Like, it is like, the more I talk about it out loud, it's kind of messed up, but it's their own doing. And it does, like, when I see, I'm like, oh man, that's still coming. That's kind of nerve wracking, because you can talk about season previews and hope and whatnot when everyone has right now. You're like, well, we might not even be allowed to play in the postseason, depending on what they decide to do. I guess I thought it was interesting that I don't know. I always wondered like who leaks these things. I wonder if like Michigan people tried to put this out there, like the higher ups tried to. I don't know why this got leaked right before media days where they could ask Petitti about it. Someone had some sort of agenda to release it, because like I feel like that stuff would stay pretty under wraps. But Dan Wetzel from Yahoo, I think, is who broke it. So someone gave him something saying that Petitti said we're good. I feel like it had to come from Michigan, was like putting out there that the commissioner has their back. So maybe to put pressure on the NCAA to be like, hey, maybe you shouldn't punish us. I have no idea. It was interesting, the timing, though.
I watched basically most of the Big Ten Media Days today, even though Michigan State didn't speak.
Nice.
And Petitti did say, I acknowledge that we did write a letter. It's common for our conferences to do this, and I'm not going to say what's in the letter because there's an ongoing investigation, blah, 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 the typical coach speak or whatever. So it did get brought up at the Media Days, like you said, and there's some questions behind it, I guess.
I liked listener Brad's. He sent a text in the Michigan chat, basically being like, "Yeah, Petitti just wants to seem like he like, don't worry, guys, I took care of it last year. Like, I'm the big bad boy. Like, you don't need to do anything. I handled Jim Harbaugh. 2 years ago.
So if
like,
you don't
okay,
get more
sick,
suspension,
Tony.
it'd be like Tony just could come down, and be like, you're welcome, and then Michigan has to bow down to his feet. Whatever Tony Petitti wants on negotiations from here on forward, Michigan just has to vote for it.
Yeah, it was weird because I like hated that guy's guts during the time. I understand he was in like an impossible situation, and I was blinded by the whole scandal. But we all hated him during that time, and now he's like, and now it comes up publicly, like he's trying to bat for you. So I don't know what to think about the guy. I still think he's a little weasel, but it was nice to see him on your team's side. Like, okay, I guess thanks for sending a letter. Next one. In classic Paul Bunyan rivalry. Did you see the video, Evan, of the 3 Michigan players on the golf course that kind of took around social media this week?
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I'm not on Michigan's golf side. I'm sorry.
Oh my God! I think you're gonna be mad. Well, Michigan State did pick it up. There's a lot of layers to this. This is fun. This will take a little bit of time here.
Well,
I
Jonathan
did bookmark.
Smith doesn't take our rivalry seriously, so he's not going to use this as fuel like Martintonio would.
Well, there's layers to this too. This could be its own chapter on the blue wall. Okay. So let me set the stage for you and for those listening.
Okay, first of all, who are these two guys that are talking? Can you set the stage even more?
This is so Michigan State content had to post this. This is at a charity golf outing, I believe at the Michigan golf course for like NIL, like the Champions Club. On your left, in the stripe polo is Rayshon Benny.
Okay, Michigan State.
In the middle, middle with the mic is Derek Moore. He should be like probably the best player on our defense this year.
Linebacker.
On the right is defensive edge. On the right is Trey Williams, who transferred from Clemson, had like 10 tackles last year. He doesn't know what this
rivalry is.
Correct. So I don't know how it kind of. I'm going to play it for you. Hopefully it doesn't lag. But it would piss me off if I was a Michigan State fan. It pissed me off too. I was like, why are we doing this? I don't know how it got brought up. I don't know if someone asked them like say something to Michigan State, but it kind of jumps in the middle. But I'll just play it for you and we'll react.
Why are you? It's at Lil Bro Stadium this year. Who's Lil Bro?
Oh,
Michigan State. We ain't gotta say that name. They know who they is. Lil Bro in East Lansing. We'll East like Lansing. You know what I'm saying? Go to Lil Bro crib in East Lansing. Yep. Pop out. You know, it's gonna be a good time.
Pop out.
You know what I mean? Same thing as Norman. No. Turn that green. Blue only. We don't. Yeah.
Then it escalates, Evan. Guy takes off his belt.
It's at Lil Bro Stadium.
Okay, so for those listening, you can't see who's saying what, but all three of them are saying it. Derek Moore takes his belt off. They start reenacting the whole belt to ass that Amon around the Lions kind of made popular on football. Instant reaction. I haven't just seen that video.
Oh, I'm not going to put too much into it. I don't really care. Like I said, there's a Clemson kid that has no idea what the rivalry is, hasn't even played in it, hasn't even sniffed it yet. I hope he gets a chance to play in it. I really do. And then the other two, if you're seasoned at it, I get it. You beat us last year, but the year before we had an interim staff and you guys were national champions, so it was literally varsity versus JV, so I don't put anything to credit of the 49-0 win. Last year we should have won. We dominated the first quarter, but I mean, you say basically anything as a college kid. You just say anything that comes to your mind because you have cameras in front of you because you're awkward. You're socially awkward. You don't know what to say, so you just put it. And obviously,
that's true. I do need to remind myself that they are college kids. If Michigan State gets
brought up, it's the first thing that everybody says if you're a Michigan fan is little bro. That's all they say. I just hope they use this fuel as fire. I mean, shit, we still got 3-4 months before that game even talk about it. So
it was nice though. It's why I love, not nice in the sense I like seeing it, but it's like, I don't know. It just kind of, when we have all these debates about who cares about who and rivalries and like
it just Michigan play,
like as a Michigan fan,
Michigan State is relevant in Michigan eyes and the players' eyes.
And there's also a level of like, not cowardice, I guess, but maybe like they would never say that about Ohio State because they know, like at least in the last couple of years, they feel like this is where it gets arrogant, where they think they have a control on Michigan State, even though to your point, Michigan State easily could have won that game last year and probably should have. But like, I don't see Michigan players run their mouth about Ohio State. I don't know if that's like just because they know they could get their ass beat pretty bad by them at any time, but it is an interesting dynamic where I don't know. That stuff makes me uncomfortable. I remember when the Braylon Edwards was running his mouth before the big game in 2021. I got super pissed about that. I get more mad if someone's not in the game. Like at least these guys get to play, and like are like some people were mad at Colson Lovin last year because he like ran his mouth after he was done forever, which is a different strategy. Like these guys at least have to like put their money where their mouth is this coming, the
lineup, October. Prove it in between the lines.
Right. It's just I prefer if you didn't. If I was the head coach of this and I saw the taking the belt off, I was like, dude, what the are we doing in the middle of July to charity golf scramble? Like we could have just said like we'll see what happens when we play. Like we don't need to. It got so dramatic, but you're right. They're college kids. They're probably socially awkward. They're trying to like they see the NFL players do belt to ass. They think it's funny. I don't know. It was weird though. The thing that gets interesting, Evan, very interesting about the blue wall. If you notice who posted that, who I showed you, was Michigan State content. Had the video.
They're all
who originally posted that. The originally who posted that was Tony Garcia, who writes for the Detroit Free Press for Michigan, covers Michigan. He posted that on his own account earlier in the week, got like thousands of views, deleted it a day later, deleted the video that had done thousands. It was as viral, if not more than our hype videos. Who told him to delete it? Who pressured him to delete it? Like, we're going to revoke your media access. And that created a second wave, the blue wall second wave of people being like, why'd you delete it, coward? Like, who told you that? Like, did Jerome Moore get on the horn and be like, hey, someone needs to contact the Free Press and tell him that if he wants to cover our team, like, you need to take that down? Because that's a slippery slope for journalists. You're supposed to be unbiased. You know, if we're trying to fight the blue wall allegations, you can't be. Those kids willingly yelled that into a camera, and he posted it, which he should, and then he deleted it and he hasn't said anything about it. It's just,
you'll never know the answer for that.
No, I think I have a good feeling that someone sent an email or said something like, "Hey Tony, if you want your credentials this season, we probably haven't approved them yet. You better take that down." Oh, that is wild though. So that was that. Probably too early in the year to get really fired up about it. I wanted to figure out here. We can workshop it maybe, Evan. So we have like 5 weeks, I think, until like the season starts. We have 1 show, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and the 5th show is at August 29th when you guys play Friday, and August 30th, the first weekend of the year. So we only have a couple shows left. We just got to figure out what we want to do to preview. Well, obviously, we'll do deep dives on Michigan State.
Yep.
I think it could be fun. I was thinking about Big Ten quarterback rankings, but I don't know enough about Big Ten quarterbacks right now. There's so many new names. I don't know if I could give.
That's the joy of it.
So, all right, maybe we throw out Big Ten quarterback rankings as well.
Between when you're ranking quarterbacks is, do you rank off of hype or do you rank off of like stats and experience?
Yeah.
Because how talented is Luke Altmaier? How talented of a quarterback is he?
Gritty player.
Right? Like,
gritty player.
He fits that. He would fit that program. He would fit Wisconsin. He would fit, like, running teams. Like, if you put him in a 5-wide team that'd be able to throw the football around, I don't think he's doing that.
He reminds me of, like, a Midwestern Baker Mayfield.
Correct.
Not as good of an arm, obviously. Baker Mayfield was, like, the first overall pick in the draft.
Weird in the Big Ten now that they're saying, like, Penn State has the best quarterback in the Big Ten. So there's a lot of turnover in the conference. Ohio State doesn't have an experienced quarterback. Oregon doesn't have an experienced quarterback. So, and then you're relying on a bunch of transfers. Or
Michigan State does.
Yes, but friend of the podcast also called him Jameis Winston in the group chat earlier this week.
Who?
Cody with a C.
Connor?
No.
Oh. Dude, but you would take Jameis in college in the second.
The next comment.
That just depends on how you look at it.
The next message after that was like, well, at least he'll throw for 30 touchdowns.
Yeah, 30-30 season would be electric. All right, so maybe I'm hearing we do a top 10 Big Ten quarterback rankings at some point.
I like that.
We do top 10. We could probably power rank every team in the conference. We could do a fast 18 teams power rankings of just the team going into the season.
We can do our projected playoff bracket too. You do like the quarterback ranking.
Yeah, we can do playoff. I was thinking either playoff or I didn't know if it was easier just to say who you think is going to win each conference. I guess that can play into because the playoff has gotten so crazy now with 12. It's a lot harder, and then also maybe a Heisman winner. Maybe we throw out an early Heisman winner.
I like that.
But okay, I think those 4 guys. All right. I needed the convincing on the Big Ten quarterback list because I was looking at some of them and I was like, I don't have like the strongest thoughts on the kid from Washington, Damon Williams, but people are like hyping him up. And then I'm like, I don't know anything about him. USC's quarterback is new. I don't know anything about him. So it would be interesting, but it'd be kind of funny to try and look back on what happens because it's very, very unknown what's going to happen in the Big Ten. That's why, I guess my gut take going into the year is I think it's going to flip-flop where the SEC is going to have a much stronger year just because I feel like their quarterbacks are household names that I can rely on more than what I know about the Big Ten right now. But that could also backfire. You never know. They are college kids.
Or is he like the top?
Clemson's
like the top of the league, and it hurts because Ohio State and Michigan also play big-time non-conference early in the year. Ohio State has to play Texas. Don't have any time to prove it. Michigan has to play Oklahoma. No time to prove it.
That Oklahoma game is going to be so big.
Or there's other teams. Illinois. Illinois, they're probably trying to hype up their Duke non-conference game, but it's...
They play Duke?
Yeah, it's Duke.
That's a basketball game.
Yeah, it's Manny Diaz. So, not many... Wisconsin does play Alabama week 4, I think. Week 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Something.
At Alabama, though.
Yes.
Because they played at Wisconsin last year. I remember watching that, being like, Wisconsin have a chance, and Alabama just ran it down their throat.
Yeah. And then Wisconsin's starting QB towards ACL and they throw in like a backup.
Did he really?
Yeah, towards ACL in that game. running out of bounds.
Luke Fickle's having a bad time. You know who's having a bad time is Luke Fickle.
Should have never left Cincinnati. Should have waited for a bigger job.
You can make the case. Oh yeah, he suffered a season-ending. Oh, he tore it. You're saying he tore it in that Alabama game?
Yes.
Tyler Van Dyke.
Yep.
Yeah. Is he their quarterback this year?
No. They got a transfer.
Well, we'll find out during our Big Ten rankings.
I'm pretty sure they got a transfer.
I might put Aiden Childs dangerously high. I might just start doing a little like dust storm to get some buzz for him. So that solidifies that. Let's stay on football. Lions training camp is underway. There's a lot going on already. I think today was the second practice. I think. No pads yet. Pads go on Friday. First day of pads. Never looked forward to it on my end. I think I got lucky in high school. I think I missed like 2 first day of pads when you do all the hitting. I was like, oh, I missed it for something. I think like baseball one year and then another one I missed. And I was like, oh, that's crazy that you guys had to hit each other for like 2 hours straight. It sucks. I feel like the biggest storyline, correct me if I'm wrong, that you've seen was the Levi Onzarecki news. I feel like that drew the major headlines out of camp.
It's a little shocking, I would say, because I don't think anybody knew he was injured. I don't think he did it at practice from what Dan Campbell was saying in the press conference. It sounds like it was more of his knee's been bothering him, like all season issues, and then it kind of seems like you just have to go do this because there's not really a better other option. Like you're not going to be able to play through it. I mean, technically some dudes do, but like the whole season, I don't think you can. Sounds like it was a recommendation.
Yeah, there was the clips that went around of him wearing a brace at the end of last year in some games. So I had probably just lingered from that, I would imagine, unless it was something brand new. But I guess credit to him for trying to grind through it. Last year, he probably did slow down some of his production because he was looking good throughout most of the year. It definitely hurts.
But now you're looking at start the year. We're out our number 1 and our number 3 defensive tackle to start the year.
Yeah,
Two of your top 4 guys are gone
for a while. Also, Pascal is out till like September too. Like he's missing
Dan
camp.
Said,
so
they're not going to start working him back into practice until Labor Day.
Yeah, that's horrendous because it's going to take at least probably a month to get up to speed.
Decker's coming back next week. He had some shoulder.
I think Makai Wingo's hurt too. I think our like pick from LSU last year is dealing with an injury as well. It's gonna limit him. So that's not good.
I think the last time we talked though, Tate Routledge just signed, and he's back.
Yes, Routledge is signed, and he's like going to be our starting center.
First team reps at center on the first day.
Yes. Yeah.
Terry.
That was by the one with the O-line.
Taron Arnold was doing one-on-one drills today, and was locking up Amon St. Brown and J-Mo. Had a sick one-handed pick off of while covering St. Brown today.
That was a nice clip. You like to see that. He looked like he moved around pretty good.
Yes.
DJ Reed also looked, you can't get everything from a clip, but that's what we do. His feet look nice. He just looks like he moves his feet around really well.
Hate the look of staring at Jahmyr Gibbs and his new number 0.
Oh,
I'm sure he's going to look fast.
Old man take Evan.
I'm sure he's going to look fast on TV, and where the 0 is going to look sweet. But just a still shot of him in a picture, I just can't unsee 26. Because
26 is a classic RB number.
Correct. And that dramatic change coming off of the NFL touchdown leader, scoring leader, and then now you instantly just change your number. Obviously, players have the freedom to do whatever they want, and so us sitting here bitching saying, "No, you can't change your number" is ridiculous.
You know what he also does that's ridiculous for us to say? But he also wears very baggy shorts at practice in these photos, and it makes him look not as fast. Like in the age of people wearing like shorter shorts and more athletic, he wears like the old school like Allen Iverson baggy shorts. And I feel like it makes me think he's not as fast as he is. But I know he's really good. It's kind of like a swag thing for him.
I don't know if I can find it.
About his short length?
No.
I was like, what made you think of this?
Who's this according to? Maybe
a beat reporter.
This is quoting Jahmyr Gibbs, I believe. This is from Detroit Lions fan page on Instagram, which has over 50,000 followers. So probably a pretty credible.
Must be legit.
Pride podcast.
Gotta be legit.
Network. Detroit Lions. Jahmyr Gibbs has been Quote, Jameer Gibbs, I've been split out way more than I was the past 2 years. I got to learn the formation, but it's good. It's good to have fun. I've been waiting on this. This is him saying that he's been split out more at right receiver the first 2 days than he ever has. So he might turn into a little bit more of a gadget player since you need more scoring.
If he can still run his Texas routes from the slot, I'm all in.
You can do anything from the
That's
slot.
all I need. You just line him up in the slot, run Texas route, get him on a middle linebacker, and then we're good.
JMO's also saying that he wants to run more routes, give me the ball, basically. I get it. He's coming up
JMO
on a
looks
contract.
sweet.
So
he looks like kind of built too. Like not obviously he's not gonna be jacked like Amon-Ra, but I feel like compared to year one, I look at JMO and he looks like a lot more. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's like as frail.
It's hard to put on weight when you're coming back from it.
hands.
It's hard to put on weight when you come back from an ACL injury, but
I forgot about that. Good point. Back then. The last thing on Levi, though, I think he's on a 1-year deal. This is probably the last time we see him as a line. I don't know if they can get him on like a lot cheaper next year, what comes of his career, but just kind of crazy the full circle of the journey we took with this guy. He was his first ever second round draft pick, I think. Let me look back at his draft. I think it was.
Because you're not going to put him on a franchise tag, because the franchise tag would be average salary between all the defensive tackles, and that price is going up.
I know.
It's him and DJ Reed will be for our upcoming.
DJ Reed.
Reed are both upcoming free agents, right?
Reeder is the defensive lineman. Reed is the cornerback.
DJ Reeder is also coming up as a free agent. So 2 defensive tackles are also coming up.
I kind of forgot about him. He was the first second-round pick of the Brad Holmes era. Pick number 41. Just felt like I was starting to really know how to say his last name well on Zarecki. And he's gone. So people can say bust, whatever. It obviously didn't pan out mainly because of injuries. I don't think his play was ever that bad when he was on the field. Just hard for the guy to stay healthy, which sucks because we did get some flashes last year where I was like, this guy's solid. But I don't know if I'll ever see him again in a Lions uniform because of how the league moves.
Just crazy that we're going to draft another defensive tackle next year in the draft.
We're just going to keep pounding him in. That was one takeaway too I saw from the beat writers is just them noticing how important Tyleik Williams and Tate Ratledge are going to be right away to this team based on who retired, who got injured, where everything sits heading into the season. That you're going to ask a lot of those rookies. Injured.
Kosminski retired last year, which is kind of crazy, but he played a major role in the defensive line 2 years ago now.
He was also the one last year, remember? He was the ACL or the season-ending injury before camp. That was him. So we've had one of those back-to-back years on the D-line, which sucks. The other note I had about offensive line, this was interesting to see. Graham Glasgow was candid about the situation last year because he struggled at times because they shifted him. He likes to play right guard. Now, I don't know. People move around a lot. You don't want to make excuses for guys. But he said when he went to left guard, it was like foreign to him. He did play center some for Ragnow and he played fine. But he's his best at right guard, which is I think that's what they're going to do. That's why they want Ratledge to play center. They want Mahogany to play left. They want Ratledge to play center. And they want Glasgow to play right. And then obviously our tackles are our tackles. I'm optimistic it can work. It was just interesting to hear Glasgow say that as openly because I feel like normally offensive line guys are like, I'll just play wherever they need me. Yeah. But he did admit he's like, he was self-aware. I'm a lot better at right guard than I'm at left guard. So hopefully, I don't know if this is a hot take. I feel like people are expecting to step back. I still think we could have a top 5 offensive line in my mind.
As a veteran in him, I'm sure whatever he says to the media or to somewhere else on camera, he's probably also repeated that same things in the position room. And I think our position coach, Fraley. There we go. But is probably well aware of that situation just as much.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy to think that
is top 5 too aggressive? With how many new people are on it?
Yeah, the Eagles.
Ravens, maybe. Right. Chiefs? People like the Chiefs.
People do like the Chiefs.
But they got dominated by the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Correct.
That might just be how good the Eagles are.
Yeah. Eagles defensive line was really good. A lot of it now is you got to see it to believe
what gives me hope is for Ratledge, not an easy task being a rookie center. A lot to do. Thankfully, he's got Jared Goff, who can command an offense. He's not like a rookie quarterback who needs help as much from the center. The guy that we drafted in our mock draft 2 years ago, Zach Frazier, the center out of West Virginia, he got drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Shout out to Luke. I was looking at like how good, trying to find any articles about how good freshmen or rookie centers can do. He actually ranked 4th in PFF's grade. So shout out to PFF. We'll take them for their word on this one. 4th in their grade last year as a rookie. So if Tate Ratledge can be anything like Zach Frazier, second round pick last year, top 4 graded center in the league, if we can get that from Ratledge, I think this offensive line can be pretty solid. Because I liked what I saw from Mahogany. I think he's a mauler. I think he was a great late steal.
I think we'll still be a solid, very solid run game. I think that's where the pass protection is where it's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah, that's fair. Get the ball quick to Gibbs in the slot.
Get the ball out quick.
Texas route.
You could also see a little bit more mass protection. Montgomery might be in there a little bit more third downs than you like, just for blitz pickup. Obviously, we are also masters at screen games, so I wouldn't even doubt if you see a little bit more screen games more frequently, just to help protect the young offensive line.
The last one I have on news that I've seen, this was kind of a later breaking one today. Alex Anzalone spoke with the media finally.
Yeah, he's upset.
Sounds like our captain is not very happy about
contract negotiations have been, quote, weird.
He wants to retire a line as well. He said that publicly. So he dropped that kind of love bomb on us, like to kind of win the fans over. Like, I want to retire here.
He won the fans over from what I saw.
I don't know how that's going to go. And also very weird timing where he, quote unquote, from Dan. So again, this is kind of like not blue wall stuff, but it reminds me of like what's going on in the media here. Dan said that he crushed the conditioning test not that long ago, like when they came into camp, but he wasn't practicing, and now he has a hamstring issue. But he doesn't like where his contract's at. Just a lot of, I'm not accusing anyone of anything, you know. I just find it interesting. Like, did he crush the conditioning test so hard that he pulled his hamstring?
It could be what are they doing now? Like the hold out, the hold ins, where you show up to practice where you don't get fined. And now I'm not accusing Anzalone of anything, but as somebody that's probably not going to make the most top dollar money, $50,000 a day probably goes a long way for sitting out a week or so.
Yeah.
To where like now they're saying like Micah Parsons doing the sit-in. Trey Henderson's missing every single day. He's down in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Now $50,000 a day to them, not going to be anything because they're going to get $40-50 million a year.
Wait, because does Anzalone get to keep the money because he's there? You're saying he doesn't get fined?
Correct. He won't get fined the $50,000 for missing mandatory.
Right, because he's hurt with the hand.
He's hurt and also if he's at practice, even if he doesn't even do anything, he could be a glorified manager and just hold pads for his individual drills. Doesn't get fined because he's there.
Hit this, Derek Barnes.
Yes.
Hit this.
Like they're showing Michael Parsons just like literally holding like tackling pads today at practice.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like these situations. I understand you gotta do what you gotta do. I wonder though, like
I feel like Anzalone will get fixed like as we get a little bit later into. He's also a veteran. Like, so how much practice does he actually need? I get we got a new scheme, but he basically does all the checks and everything anyways. So.
And his position coach is now the DC,
Correct.
So that's not like a learning curve. I wonder like what it'll end up as. Like, what does he think he deserves? I think they get it done to your point because, especially because Malcolm Rodriguez is not coming back till middle of the year based on his injury. So we just have Derek Barnes and Jack Campbell. We also have this other guy, Zach Cunningham, who used to be with the Texans, who I remember him when we're doing stats from the Texans for their games. It's like, I kind of like this guy. So we have him. We have 3 guys, but I think they got to get Anzalone done because Barnes is also off an injury. He's kind of more of like an edge rusher linebacker too. I feel like Barnes is how they would like to use him. But I guess the guys are looking towards Jack Campbell right now to lead that room. The All-American man, Jack Campbell.
Should do it all.
I did see one headline as well that I don't want to read too much into, but apparently Marcus Davenport had a phenomenal day recently. I won't do it, Evan. I can't let myself get my hope up.
I just get happy every time I hear Trey Henderson saying he's doing a sit out in Jacksonville and whatnot. I'll be like, I'll drive down there and pick him up and drive him back to Allen Park. You just tell me when.
We'll stop at I'll even take him to Michigan Adventure and see your point on the way back up. Yeah, that was interesting. That he posted publicly on Instagram, right? That he was in Florida.
Yeah.
Just let everyone know, hey, I'm not in Cincinnati.
It's a ploy.
He wants 2 years. He wants multiple years guaranteed.
They were only offering him 1 year of his contract guaranteed.
Come on, Sheila. It's not our money. Who am I to say he shouldn't get 2 years guaranteed?
You're going to increase the season ticket prices anyways. What's another?
Oh. Cap goes up.
Cap goes up. It's a free contract. Decker's going to retire in a couple years. There's another free contract.
There you go. Shift around Anzareki's money. You don't have to extend him next year.
Extend him. There's free cap. We're all good.
Yeah. I do. Maybe this ties into the last question. There's the narrative, I think, that's like last year's narrative at this time was like Lions trendy Super Bowl pick, right? Like they were 9-8 last year, just missed the playoffs. This is their year. Well, people were pretty much right in terms of how we did in the regular season. Obviously, postseason was what it was. But the narrative this year is like we're the obvious take a step back team because of the coordinators leaving. Coordinators leaving more than anything, not even like injuries or anything. Not even Frank Ragnow. I feel like I just keep seeing coordinators. I think I'm more worried about Frank Ragnow than I am the coordinators.
We all should be more worried about Frank Ragnow than the coordinators.
I feel like from our predictions, I know you feel like we take a step back. I feel like that's a fair narrative.
Also, in fairness, Grant, we also do have to play a tougher schedule.
Tougher schedule as well. Yep.
I don't remember who we played last year. We played the AFC
South.
Yep. So,
the South.
like,
disgusting.
Dog walk. Now we have to play the AFC North. No, there's only one dog walk team.
We played them in the NFC West, who between the Niners and Cardinals also were not very good.
Yes. Now we
played all those
NFC.
teams. We played all the South, North, Bungles, Steelers, Ravens.
Yeah. Then we played the NFC
Browns.
Which NFC team do we play? Do we play the East again?
The East, because we play the Commanders, Eagles, Giants, Cowboys.
Yes. So which you have to play? We were all automatically guaranteed to play the Eagles, but you still have to play Commanders, rematch in the playoffs. Cowboys, they are what they are. We'll win that game no matter what. But so on paper, America's going to favor Cowboys over us.
So I do think I agree with the narrative that we're taking a step back, but my caveat is like the semantics of what you classify a step back. Like we're not winning 15 games again.
No, God, no.
Okay? So if you tell me that, but like I still, if I had to put money down, I've looked at it. We're plus, I think like maybe 200 plus 150 to win the division. I think I still would take that. Like if you told me right now who is winning the division, I would still take us. So we're not taking a step back. We might win the division at 12-5. And you could tell me that this team goes deeper in the playoffs last year, which it wouldn't be saying a lot because we didn't even win a game. So the whole take a step back, I feel like it depends on how you're talking about it. If we're talking about like regular season win total of last year, yes. I also saw though that our win total this year is like 10.5, which I feel like is kind of flirting on the line where I want to take the over, depending on what the odds are as well. Like I still, in my heart of hearts, see us winning 11, 12 games. I think you probably are lower than that based on the schedule and everything, but I buy into the narrative of taking a step back, but only so much, I guess is my main point.
Yes, I agree. I mean, if we get in the playoffs, we're a matchup nightmare for anybody on offense. You get 1 week to game plan for Laporta, Goff, Gibbs, Montgomery, and you have the best right tackle in all of the NFL. Like, we're a problem on offense.
That's what I'm saying. And that's like, I think what I had to remind myself of, like Ragnow leaving and these injuries of Anzarecki. It's like, dude, we're not like saying that Hutch is injured again. We're not saying all these other people are injured. Like, God forbid, obviously the season goes, but I'm still looking at the photos of camp. And I'm like, God, I cannot remember a time in my year where like we have this many like bona fide stars or all pro caliber players just walking around the field. Like seeing Kirby Joseph. I'm like, oh yeah, we have Brian Branch
we have
too.
Two of the top 5 safeties in all of the NFL.
Correct. Terrion looks good. Jack Campbell's on the rise. We get Hutch back, and then the offense is just a who's who. I forgot we had Laporta after a while. I was like, oh my God. And I saw the clips of James. I'm like, oh yeah, we have Amon-Ra too. Like we just have like studs all over the place. So I'm still going to think
knock on wood. Knock on wood. God bless. Hopefully everything goes according to plan in the offseason. But when we roll out there in the first week, we'll be the healthiest we've been since the Dallas Cowboys game last year. First half Dallas Cowboys game. Which that was what,
that's
week
the
6?
Positive mentality I'm talking about. Yeah.
How much have I bashed Hutchinson? I think he's a great player. He fits the Lions. He's just not. He's not T.J. Watt. He's not Micah Parsons. However, not having him dramatically changed the defense. Just it is what it is. He had 7.5 sacks in 6 games. Now 3 of them were against the Buccaneers in one game or the Falcons or whoever it was.
Oh, Bucks, great game.
Still lost that game. But
Yeah,
he makes a difference on defense. Having him back when we trade for Trey Henderson, we'll all forget about a lot of our blind spots that we have.
Well, and like I know we can't put our eggs in a basket, but just even having a pulse of a Marcus Davenport on the other side would do wonders for collapsing the
somebody
pocket.
to have 5 sacks on the other side. That's basically it.
The problem with Onzareki and Pascal is we have like 0 interior pass rush now.
Correct.
And McNeil out. Like all of it, like DJ Reader not getting to the quarterback respectfully.
No, he's a run stuffer. Tyleik Williams has to be both. He has to be a run stuffer and a first round pick.
Welcome to the NFL, rookie.
Right.
We need you to do everything.
Right. And
we need you to do it.
It's crazy to say it, but I say the Lions have a small. I don't even know if it's small, but we just do have an advantage with the over aggressive on 4th downs. Where other teams just don't do it. Where Dan will gamble. Now it's paid off for us to where when we keep on doing that wins games for the long trajectory of things. And after games, we can sit here and nitpick like, oh, you should have kicked the field goal. We lost by it. But now, on the other hand, he does it 5 other times and we win 3 extra games because of it. We don't nitpick that. Other teams aren't doing that. They lose 2 of the 3 games while we win 3 of the 3 games.
We got to steal some, which is also scary because we stole a lot of games already last year. Like how often? Maybe we just keep getting lucky because we do that mentality. But on the quarterback series, I remember they replayed the Houston Texans game, and I was like, I just can't believe we won this football game.
We're in more primetime games
business.
than ever, more standalone games than ever. So it's unfortunate the target's on our back, but we do have talent on the roster.
But we are going under the radar, which I kind of like.
Yes.
And David Montgomery saying this is a year of reckoning just had me ready to run through.
I would agree because all eyes are on.
I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but
everyone's talking about the Eagles and the Commanders,
and so much love for the Bears too with Ben Jay and all the free agency acts they do. They win the offseason.
Nationally, I would say it's all about the Commanders and Cowboys. Cowboys is disgusting. They talk about it way too much, but
Pickens and CeeDee Lamb look sick at practice though. Like they win the walkout when they walk out for practice. I was like, yeah, that looks like a tough duo to guard. Also, Evan, your guy, a lot of beat reporters saying best practices they've ever seen from Hendon Hooker.
That's trade bait. Go ahead. You can be a 5-star, All-American.
Oh, you think they're in the pocket of Brad Holmes is like paying these guys $50 to practice saying write this about Hendon Hooker.
Go trade him somewhere. Go give him to the Raiders or the Panthers or somebody. Give them to the Giants. They need another quarterback.
When him and Tom Kennedy are lighting up the Hall of Fame game, let's just remember that he's the best he's ever looked.
Sloney Vaki rushes for 4 touchdowns. We're like, oh my God, he's going to be a backup to Jahmyr Gibbs.
If he's back from his little injury, his string he pulled.
I don't even know who we're going to play.
Do you know who our backup quarterback is? Or like our other quarterback in the competition? I did not see it till like yesterday.
I think it's a veteran. Is it like an old veteran?
Yeah, I think he's old. He's got a same last name as a very talented quarterback in the NFL.
I don't know.
Kyle Allen.
Oh.
He's technically 29, so I guess that's not old.
He's been around a while.
Kyle Allen is our backup QB, and I guess he's also doing well. So one beat reporter said this is the best I've seen the backup QB position look since I've been here under Dan.
Well, in fairness, we haven't really.
That's good.
We haven't really had talent at the backup quarterback position. We had Tim Pearl there for a while. We had what's his name? David Blau was our backup quarterback. Where it was like if Goff,
Teddy Bridgewater ran a mean reverse play though on this play. Okay,
Broderick gets accounted for that.
A mean touchdown. Reverse play.
He gets the hockey assist. He gets the apple. He touched the ball at one point during that drive.
He threw a pass too.
Yeah, he did. I think it was like a third down. Surreal. It might not be.
It was a hitch route. It was a 3-yard hitch route.
We were sitting there shitting ourselves
with his glove on,
solid on the blitz. It's gonna be a run, and he's out here gunslinging it.
Yeah.
Now he's getting banned from Florida high school football because he's helping better lives of high school players.
Too good of a guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's messed up.
Using his money for good, not for bad, and then he gets punished for it. I guarantee some other local high school whistleblowed him for it for just.
Oh yeah, like the dirty politics where his teams are too good, so they said no.
Yeah.
Jahmai Jones 2-run bomb, 8-5. Torkel run, he was on base. Probably too little, too late. Speaking of the Tigers, we'll close it out. Alex is at Taco Bell. We'll see if he ends up making it, and we can either table the ice cream draft, or we can, if he joins, we'll see. I'm going to leave it up to him.
Catch him in a dirty lie saying he hasn't had Taco Bell in 3 months. Because I swear to God,
I feel like if he joins, he's not going to be able to hide it. If he texts us and is like, nah, I won't make him join, we can save the ice cream draft. But I'm curious what he does. Yeah, it probably depends on how the last 30 minutes of his workday went. And how much he has to pack for tomorrow.
Pissed off.
Oh, I imagine. I don't think I would feel great either, but it is what it is. Do you know anything about this Tigers pitcher that we're debuting tomorrow?
Number 10.
Troy Melton?
Number 10
you heard of this?
Prospect in our... We looked at the prospect list, and I didn't recognize the name, but he's our number 10 overall prospect. Was lighting it up, striking everybody out.
I think he's a powerful righty.
I also had a weird theory about it. Is that they're bringing him up to debut him, and hopefully he does so well that it's just trade bait to give him up to somebody.
You're in the trade bait.
Yeah.
10 days ago, they're going to get him one start.
Boom, ship him off.
Yeah, he's off
how
our
good
team.
He did in his major league debut. You could have him. Now give us Eugenio Suarez. Thank you.
Package him with someone else. Yeah, for interesting. Well, that could work because I feel like normally too, when you debut, I guess it either could go really bad, but a lot of times they do well because no one has a Sky report on them.
Yeah.
So you can kind of get away with some things, especially against the Pirates too. Well, I shouldn't say anything about the Pirates. They're kicking our ass back-to-back nights. So
Grant, I have a trivia question for you.
But theoretically, okay, I'm ready.
Do you know who has the best record in baseball right now? Based off of win percentage.
Win percentage?
Yeah.
There's two teams I've been seeing a lot. There's one though I'm going to throw out there because it might be related to a friend of the show, Connor. Is it the Brewers?
Brewers do have the number one.
Do they have the best win percentage?
Yeah, they have the best win. They have one less loss than us and just us. Because the Cubs have one less win, one extra loss than the Brewers. Yeah, the Brewers are on an 11-game win streak.
I thought about it the other day because I was like, Connor's both his teams are just absolutely at the top of the league right now. Yeah. It's great to be him. Brewers and Tigers are good at the same time. Oh, yeah, wow. 11 wins in a row is insane. Yeah. Ooh. Toronto's won 4 straight, and we play them coming up. Yeah, that's gonna suck.
Heater. Toronto plays the Yankees.
I'm starting to get worried about getting one of the top 2 seeds. It's officially started. Because it's us. It's the Blue Jays are a game back. The Astros are 2 games back.
Astros are hot.
Game and a half game back of us, and then the Yankees are 5 games back.
Don't worry about
4
the
games
Yankees.
back, but the Yankees could get high at any point.
But also the Yankees have the easiest remaining schedule.
Well, it's a 3-team race then.
Yankees
for 2
have
spots.
the easiest remaining schedule.
Worry about the Yankees. Okay, worry about the Yankees.
According to a tweet I saw today.
I really don't know. I'm not going to read too much in our losing streaks. All I know is thank God for Scooble to be able to break up a 6-game losing streak, and so it's not all losses. Because without him, we would just keep
the Nationals
losing.
And Cubs. I'll play the Orioles. They play
Cubs
the best
sick.
because
I want a Tigers-Cubs World Series.
They have 6 games against the White Sox. However, though, they also play the Red Sox 2 more times. They play the Blue Jays. Don't worry about the Yankees. They play the Astros.
We're back to not worrying about them?
We're back to not worrying about them. I just looked at their schedule. I don't regard it. They do not have the easiest remaining schedule.
I think for dear friend Alex, I think we'll push the ice cream draft back. He's still at the drive-thru. I'm doing some quick math. It probably would be at least 15 more minutes until he settles. I will tell you this. I'll tease it. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 items to pick from right now on my list. Might have been light, but I feel like I don't know how this draft will go. I feel like there's not going to be a ton of overlap per se. There might be a couple top ones, but I feel like ice cream is so vast.
I have 6.
What are you all? Don't tip anything, but are you all pints? Are you more pints? More?
I would say a lot of mine is
some sandwiches in there? Did you get some
more handhelds, not pints?
No shit.
Yeah.
I might have to rethink mine. I feel like you were just going to be Ben and Jerry pint flavors. 5.
I wrote down a handful of those, but I wasn't counting them in my list because I'm not going to say them off the rip because you don't like what I like, but there's a lot more all-time favorites that everybody enjoys that I'm trying to win the draft instead of my personal preference.
Play to everyone
my go-tos go to the grocery store, pint of Ben & Jerry's, a box of these things. Are just my go-to.
Oh, I I have like one soft serve that's like, well, I guess it comes in like pints. It's a brand too. It's just more people think of it as a flavor. And then I have two that I think won't get picked by you guys just because your prior stances on certain flavors. So I think I can like gives me an advantage. I can just like punt on those until like round 5.
But also like my all-time go-to.
You never know though. People
it's
can
just
surprise
like a
you.
Specialty order from Spotted Cow, which is get the no bake flurry, add brownie bites, and sometimes I add brownie bites and peanut butter syrup to it. It's like just a guilty pleasure.
That is super specific.
Yes.
Anything from fast food? I'm just trying to gauge you.
Oh no. I did,
two GMs negotiating right now.
I did not put a Wendy's Frosty on there. Oh, Culver's. I didn't even think of that. Oh, a Butterfinger concrete mixer.
I that name was on my list.
Now I have 7 items on my list.
All right, well, there's your teaser. Alex isn't going to remember. He's not going to think about that. There's no shot. I was like going through fast food. I was like, I think that is like.
I was going through up and down the grocery aisle, like my favorite flavors of all time. Then I also was like, oh, do I pick this flavor that I don't really like?
I had to like double check brands. I was like, whew.
Like there's 2 flavors that are like Michigan famous. It's like, oh, do I just say those 2 names even though I'm never going to grab them? Like, am I picking Superman or Trevor?
For the graphic.
Yeah. Oh, am I picking Superman or Traverse City Fudge?
Not on my board.
Superman's not on my board because I will never. I'm not 11 anymore. I'm not 9 years old. It's not a good flavor.
Yeah. If this draft was 10 years ago, I would for sure would have picked it high up, and then I would have realized now that you grow up and it's like it's not that good.
Do you have any drinks on your list?
All right.
Like a combination of like an ice cream.
I would not classify any as drinks.
I have 2 on my list. So.
No, but I could rethink that. You have a Big Boy malt.
Wow. Big Boy strawberry malt, $9.99 back in the day. They're probably like $14 nowadays.
Talk about niche.
Yes.
That could win you some local votes.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. We'll look forward to that. We'll try to do that as soon as possible. Hopefully Alex wins this golf tournament.
Hopefully he does.
He's in good spirits. Hopefully we play well on Saturday at Wolf Creek.
I can't wait.
Hopefully we just dominate Wolf Creek. Hopefully the weather's nice as well.
Might be hot.
But it's more about good times. I want to have a similar time when Wilkins said like he played terrible, but you guys laughed a lot. That's the goal.
That was
I don't
Raisin
really
Valley.
care.
That was awesome.
I kind of care how I shoot, but I don't really care how I shoot. I just want to just cart around that place and have a good time.
Amen.
So cheers to 218.
218. Happy birthday, Cormac.
Wow. Dr. Love.
Dr. Love.
The GOAT.
Oh, that's great.
Never forget.